Hello, lovely yogi. Welcome to Flow with Shreya. I'm Shreya, and today I'm bringing you another pose breakdown. Today we'll be going over Warrior 1, also known as Virbhadrasana A. This pose helps us create a strong foundation in our legs and is a fundamental pose which is included in most vinyasa practices. It's actually a part of Sun Salutation B. So if you want to learn more about alignment, modifications, variations, and transitions when it comes to Warrior 1, come flow with me. So as I mentioned, Warrior 1 is one of the fundamental foundational poses of any vinyasa practice. Mastering this pose will help you strengthen your legs, align your hips, strengthen your core, and work on your balance. This will then help you transition into more advanced postures. So there are a couple of different ways you can get into your Warrior 1. The most traditional way in a vinyasa class will start in downward facing dog. So meet me on your mat in a downward facing dog. Just take a few breaths here. Maybe even pedal out your feet or raise and lower your heels. Engage your core, hug the belly button up and in. Find some stillness and just breathe in your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift the right leg high, point the toes behind you. As you exhale, step the right foot in between your palms. Now you can help your foot get there if you need to. Align your toes to point towards the top of your mat. Then you'll spin your back heel down, pointing your toes towards the long edge of your mat, or maybe even at a slight 45-degree angle here. Notice if your front heel can align with the center of your back foot. With a strong bend in your knees, inhale and rise. Arms can go up overhead here. Now you'll notice that my hips are opening up slightly here. So you can bring your palms to your hips and help them align and rotate so both of the frontal hip points are pointing forward. You want a strong deep bend in your front knee, and you can press through the outer edge of your back foot. Now if you don't quite have the flexibility or mobility to point your hips completely forward, you can always step your back foot out towards the edge of your mat. This will help you create space to turn your hips and square them towards the top of your mat. Again, as you inhale, reach your arms up. Keep your arms nice and engaged and strong, but roll your shoulders back down and away from your ears. Engage your core, hug the belly button up and in. Keep a strong bend in your knees and squeeze your thighs towards an imaginary midline here. This will help you keep your quads engaged and press through all four corners of your feet here. Lift up through the inner arches, so you're having a push and pull at the same time here. You're grounding down through your feet, but lifting up and out of your pelvis, straightening your spine. Breathe here. As you exhale, fold forward, frame your right foot, and step back to your downward facing dog. You should have felt your legs really come alive in that space. We'll move on to the opposite side now. Inhale, your left toes up. As you exhale, step the left foot forward. Turn the right heel in. Again, create that alignment here first, if you'd like, of your front heel with the middle of the back foot, or step your right foot out to the right edge of your mat if you need a little bit of extra space for your hips here. As you inhale, engage your core and rise up. This is your Warrior 1. Now, you don't have to have a super wide stance here in your Warrior 1. You can have a shorter stance if that feels right in your body. The key is to keep that front knee bent and strong, but not go too far forward where you're creating extra pressure on your front knee. So take your time, adjust, try out a few different variations in length, and do what works for you. Again, try to avoid scrunching your shoulders up towards your ears as you reach your fingertips up. Rather, keep the shoulders relaxed and keep the arms strong and engaged. Breathe here. Again, use your hands to align your hips forward if you need to. Engage the core. Engage both legs. Strong foundation. You're balancing here. Deep breaths in and out. Gaze is forward. You can even gaze up towards your fingertips if you'd like. As you exhale, frame your left foot, step back to your downward facing dog. Find your breath, pedal out your feet. Shake it out if you need to. And then step forward and meet me in standing. So another way you can get into your warrior one is from mountain pose at the top of your mat. This is typically the way it's done in a traditional Ashtanga practice. So meet me at the top of your mat in mountain pose. Ground through all four corners of your feet. Lift up through the inner arches, engage your quads, engage your core. Lift your arms up overhead. Exhale, palms come to heart center. On your next exhale, step your left leg back. Bend into your front knee. And again, find the alignment with your feet. Take a peek at where each of your feet are. Front toes pointing forward, back toes pointing either directly towards the left edge of your mat or at a slight 45-degree angle. Now work with what you have in your ankle flexibility, mobility, and anatomy. This might look different for each person. Engage your core. Inhale, lift your arms up overhead. You can also interlace your fingertips, leave your pointer fingers pointing up. But again, try not to shrug your shoulders up, but rather relax your shoulders, engage your palms, strong bend in the front knee. Hips are aligned forward. Exhale, frame the right foot and step forward. Take a moment just to hang in your ragdoll here, grabbing onto opposite forearms or elbows, shifting side to side if it feels good. Coming back to center, inhale and lift up halfway. Exhale, fold once more. Inhale, rise to your mountain pose. Exhale, palms to heart center. You can bring your palms to your hips here as well before you get into your warrior pose, just for a little bit of extra stability. So we'll try that next. Keeping your palms at your hips. As you exhale, step the right leg back this time. Again, the right toes will point out towards the right edge of your mat. Finding the angle, stepping the foot out. Try what works best for you. The goal here is to align the hips forward, press through the outer blade of your back foot, and keep both legs strong and engaged. Now, if you have trouble lifting up through the inner arches, one thing you can do is lift your toes off the mat. This will help you ground down through the corners and then lift up through the arches, creating that energy, creating that resistance. Inhale, arms go up. You can interlace your fingers if you'd like, or you can keep your arms apart. Breathe here. If you lose your balance, that's totally fine. Just get right back into it. This is a balancing posture. Strong bend in the front knee. Both legs are engaged. Core is engaged. You're still breathing. Exhale, frame the left foot and step it forward. Again, hang in your ragdoll. Loosen up your neck. Shift side to side if you'd like. Exhale into your forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale and fold once more. Inhale, rising up all the way. Palms come to heart center. Now, warrior one can be a transition into other warrior postures like warrior two, reverse warrior, warrior three, humble warrior, and so many more. And I'll be doing separate videos on each one of those postures as well. But let me show you how a warrior one flow might look in a vinyasa class. So standing at the top of your mat, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale and fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to your downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step it in between your palms. Turn the back heel in. Inhale and rise to your warrior one. Hips are aligned forward. Front knee is bent. Make sure your front knee isn't tracking in or out too much. You want it to point as straight forward as possible. Arms reach up, core is engaged. Exhale, frame the right foot, step back, vinyasa or not, meet in downward facing dog. And this is actually part of sun salutation B. Inhale the left leg high, exhale, step it forward, back heel turns in. Use your fingertips to keep your balance as you adjust your legs, and then inhale, strong core, rise up. Breathe here, align the hips forward. Inhale and exhale. Exhale, frame the left foot, step back. Meet me in downward facing dog, however you choose to get there. Lower your knees to your mat. Exhale and sink back into your child's pose. Find your breath. And let your breath slow down here. And there you have it, warrior one. Now remember, the key in warrior one is to keep your legs strong, find balance, and you can always modify by stepping out the back foot and creating space for your hips to align forward and to give you a little bit more balance. When you're in this posture, remember to focus on your breath and channel your inner warrior. There's so much strength within you, and no matter what the physical posture looks like, you're also working on your inner self when you're practicing yoga. I hope you learned something new about Warrior One today. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos. If you want to practice a flow that includes Warrior One, I'll be sure to link it in the cards and in the description down below. So be sure to check it out. Let me know in the comments below which poses you'd like me to break down next. As always, my clothing, mat, and any props we've used will be linked in the description box below as well. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.